What is up, everybody? Happy Friday. It is officially F-Boy Friday, the day to remember who we were, so we can reflect on who we want to become and how far we've gone. Hopefully everyone's had a good week. It's been a spicy one for sure. We've had a lot of price movement, a lot of spice, a lot of loud intro music. Turn that down. A lot of loud intro music, but we've had some good streams. We had Sherpow, we had some pumping, and here we are. It's Friday. So smash the likes and subscribes. Shout out to Femex, our sponsor. Link in the chat and the video description below. Join us on Discord. And let's get into the spiciness that is going to be this stream. Of course, we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to create a trading plan. Hypothetical, theoretical trading plan. We're going to place it on the chart. I'm going to walk you through how I do that. We're also going to look at your favorite altcoins. We've got Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Solana. We'll look at a bunch of not favorite altcoins that are moving. But before we get started today, I wanted to kind of start this episode with something a little different. This is something I've been wanting to do. I didn't do my homework on it, so we're going to start with fresh charts. I want to look at Bitcoin versus various assets. So the first one we're going to look at today is going to be Bitcoin versus gold. Bitcoin versus gold. There's been a lot of talk, and even we've seen correlation with gold moving and Bitcoin following / joining along for the ride. And so I think gold is going to be an interesting chart. We'll also look at Bitcoin versus the S&P 500. We'll look at Bitcoin versus maybe a few others if I can think of them on the fly. Obviously, you guys, you can join in, pipe in, tell me some other interesting correlations. Maybe M2 money supply, something like that. That would be good. That would be good. I see a lot of names in the chat. I love it. What's up, Vanessa? Loading name. Oh no, Y2K. CoinsChick. CoinsChick is the #1 author on crownanalysis.com. It's still going. Had some personal stuff over the winter or over the summer, and didn't put in the effort I should have, but that's going to come back along with some effort somewhere else. You guys will see as time goes on. Let's take a look at gold really quick here against Bitcoin. Pretty clean chart. Monthly resistance. What you'll notice on the side here is the scale looks a little weird. Single digit, double digit numbers. That is because what we're doing is basically just taking Bitcoin's USD value in the past and dividing it by gold per ounce's value in the past. And so when you see this scale, what it's really saying is at the moment, and we can increase the amount of decimals here to get a more precise number, but at the moment, 1 BTC is equal to roughly 17 ounces of gold. Let me go to the settings here. This always takes me a minute to find. If we go to precision, default is giving us just an integer. Let's go 2 decimals. There we go. So now we can get a little bit more precise of a number, and that's 17.39 ounces of gold per Bitcoin. Spectacular, I suppose. Our previous resistance here at about 16. Let's add that onto our chart. Sitting above us, it does look like we have our 618 retracement at 21.75 ounces. Our all-time high, interesting. Our all-time high, 37.41 ounces. If we look all the way back on Bitcoin's history, we can see that Bitcoin has gained against gold virtually its entire existence. Not many other things can really hold a candle to that. 618 retracement right about here. This is our, I want to say like 40 to 45K area, just to mirror it on Bitcoin's chart. Great upside target. We do have our monthly lows here at just under 20. Let's see if our indicators look any different. This is really what I'm going to be looking for. Not so much what does the chart look like, because the chart is going to look a lot like Bitcoin. It's going to look a lot like Bitcoin. Half the data is coming from Bitcoin's price. What I'm going to be looking for here is just any deviation, any kind of differences we see. Does a pair look more bullish than just BTC USD? Does it look more bearish, etc.? Monthly, not a lot of difference here. That's pretty much on MarketCypher exactly what Bitcoin looks like in its USD pair. RSI, very similar. Like I said, I'm doing these with you for the first time, so I'm not exactly sure what the spiciness will be, but that's what we do here on this channel. We experiment, we push the limits, and we find the cutting edge to bring you what no one else can. That's right. All right, let's actually throw this away. Let's go down to the week. As we zoom into lower time frames, there's going to be larger differences. So I can instantly notice a difference here. Our lows into the end of last year and into Q1 of this year, this is definitely different. I'd have to look just at the Bitcoin chart to know exactly the difference. I want to say that this high, Bitcoin moved against gold more strongly in the first quarter, trended sideways with Bitcoin trending sideways, and has gained in the last 2-3 weeks against gold pretty significantly. Even though gold has been moving up, that's a great sign. On the week, this looks like a much cleaner chart as well. Resistance was much more clearly defined. Our bottom was more of a double bottom, a cleaner low that came up, tested that resistance again before taking it. Actually, this is pretty cool. This is so much cleaner. We have 4 hits here of what was resistance acting as support. We moved above it and we pushed higher. So we could be looking for a move to this 20 zone, 1 Bitcoin being 20 ounces of gold, before retracing to 16 or retracing to 16 before 20. I think those are the most common outcomes there. What we've been also looking at is our moving averages. All right, these moving averages very similar to Bitcoin, likely seeing a golden cross, the first golden cross on Bitcoin Gold around the same time as BTC USD, and it looks like January 1st still. Is there any difference here? Sometimes I hate the way TradingView works. Any difference here on like the 100? Let's actually just add that. Hold up. I lost my favorite indicator. It was this indicator, but it had 4 moving averages. I can't seem to find it. Maybe it got removed from TradingView for being too efficient on their free plan. Yeah, not a lot of difference there. That's okay. Let's go down to the day quick, and then we're going to go to a different asset pair and see what that's looking like. Very similar to BTC USD. Down here at just under 15, we're seeing all of our major daily moving averages. That's exactly how Bitcoin is in its USD pair. So it's not a lot of difference. I was hoping there'd be a little spice here that we could maybe catch an edge, but that is the way this goes. You don't always get an edge. Don't get it. Sending high trend. I think this is actually going to be different on the gold pair here. I believe we broke this on the USD pair, but not quite on the gold pair. Interesting. Leading up. Let's just throw on some trend lines here, see if anything slaps. Not really. Not really. Not a lot of difference there. Interesting. But something to keep an eye on. If we see, say, Bitcoin's price, this is how we can actually use some value on this. If we see Bitcoin's price not move up, right, but gold retraces, we may see this pair continue to move up. So what we can do with these charts, in addition to just looking for differences, is we can basically look for what would normally be invisible moves. Because if Bitcoin doesn't go up in price, we wouldn't really think that this chart is going up. But as long as it stays sideways, if gold dumps, this will continue to move to the upside. And I think that could be reasonably used as some kind of bullish argument for BTC USD in itself. We'll see. Let's see Bitcoin divided by S&P 500. Hopefully this is a little different. Looking a little different. All right, cool. Here's some differences. Here we are. This is actually pretty good. So what we do see, BTC divided by the S&P 500, we see that back in April of 21. That was actually the bull market high according to this chart. It never traded higher at the end of 21, unlike BTC USD, which did this. Never traded back higher. And what that means is our Fibonacci retracements are going to be different, so that'll be an interesting thing to throw on this chart. There we go. 5. Not quite to the 618 yet. Yet, messing with that precision has now made this one a little bit more complicated. So we're going to go back to precision, check out default. There we go. And so you'll notice this is a crazy big number on BTC Gold because it's how much does 1 BTC buy in gold, and it was like 17 ounces. Now we're comparing it to the large S&P 500, and so, maybe I got this backwards. I know why. Because SPX, so it's not going by market cap, it's going by like the integer SPX has, which is, I'm gonna guess, lower than gold's current like 2,000. I think it's, yeah. I'm actually not sure why this is so much different. Doesn't really matter. Keep moving on. This is what happens when you just live freestyle. This is the price you pay. All right. Kind of cool here, too. We don't have a higher high in July. We broke out, and this breakout looks like it's actually retraced more. Kind of interesting here. I like it. I'm just nerding out. If this gets boring, we'll move on. Exact same, really, daily moving averages going on in the day for S&P, BTC, S&P. Let's go to the week. I'm just warming up. I feel like crap this morning. It was like 82 degrees here, and then it was like freezing. And my allergies went Super Saiyan. Smash the like button if you're having some nasty allergies right now. This chart's very different. I'm not sure if I can give it enough time right now to ponder it. You guys welcome to chime in. Let me know what you think. I'm looking at the chat, but I'm bad at multitasking. Kind of any observations you've noticed. I want to say these pairs, we have seen S&P 500 trend down while Bitcoin has been moving up, and that explains this large upside growth, disproportionate to just BTC USD. Logically, that should be moving higher. And it has, even if we look, it's not quite at the 618, but this has really gained more ground versus just BTC USD. As long as S&P 500 continues to fall, this will continue to rise. Actually, it is Friday, so let's really quick pull up the S&P just to see. I guess it's on a green candle today, and my guess is correct. Uh-oh, my short's in trouble. Green candle on S&P with Bitcoin basically trading sideways or a little bit down. Definitely explains this red candle here today. Hopefully this is giving you an idea. So why does this really matter? You know, these things, I've kind of gone over some of the value these might have, but why specifically for crypto? There's a specific value in crypto that this is a great way to get introed to. You guys hear me talk about Bitcoin pairs. I don't talk about them enough. I try. But Bitcoin pairs is how the entire crypto market was traded for the better part of its existence. USD pairs were very rare before the advent and dawn of Tether explosion. Really, Bitcoin was the only thing you could get dependably with the USD pair. Everything else traded against Bitcoin. And looking at Bitcoin versus other assets is a great way to start seeing or understanding how those pairs work and being able to apply that to your trading and using those pairs to profit and get an edge on the market. There we go. This is very similar, though you're not actually going to trade this BTC SPX, but it's the same concept of thinking of value, comparing value outside of dollar value. It's interesting. A very foreign thought to us. Looking at this chart, just really quick take, does look like we had resistance down here at 1.146 million. Didn't quite tap it as resistance, but that does look like where it's moving back to right now. We are not seeing quite that same move on gold. The retracement would be very shallow. Something tells me if we do move back to there, that's not going to hold this support, honestly. The bottom looking very different as well. These lows, again, a cleaner chart. It's interesting how Bitcoin is like the least clean chart of Bitcoin. The high here, much more visible, about 107 million before the drop. The rally brought us back to the highs instead of underneath the highs like on the dollar pair. Looks pretty clean there too. Lower low, broke it, bounced it, and left. This is a very bullish chart. This is a very bullish chart. This is definitely more bullish looking than Bitcoin. This does look like it needs a pullback, but that doesn't mean that Bitcoin needs to crash. What that really means is that the S&P 500 probably has some ground to make up if Bitcoin's to keep running. It's not a certainty, but it's just a way of looking at these pairs and extrapolating out value. What are some other ones we could do? Let's do M2 supply, and then we'll move on to the normal stuff. M2. What is M2 under economy? Velocity of M2 money stock, Federal Reserve. Here we go. This one is never going to calculate well because, again, going back to that logic, when you see a pair, you might as well be thinking, how many, if I have one unit of the first piece of this pair, the pair being BTC and M2, if I have one unit of BTC, how many of the second unit can I buy? And that's why we get a decimal, because M2 supply is a very large number. So one Bitcoin is not even like 0.3 of the M2 unit. Just hopefully that's not a confusing way to explain it. Probably is. These are confusing. You know, maybe that's the takeaway. These are confusing things. Pairs are not a normal thing in our lives. We have the dollar or the euro or the pound or whatever. We have those to kind of anchor our value on. We view everything else in terms of those amounts. But that is not the only way that value can be viewed. And I will say that if you're in Bitcoin, if you're in crypto, looking at the value versus Bitcoin is one of the most valuable things I caught in my crypto experience. Learning to view the world and view the value in a different unit of measurement. It's something that seems impossible, but it's very valuable, and it's very mind-opening that there are different possibilities out there. It's all just math in the end. Pickle's right. This is right at the 618. I do want to say, as we look at this, I don't believe that M2 supply is updated regularly. So you hear people talk about this chart a lot, and it's a very important chart. It's very valuable. Shows us very interesting information. 2.7 trillion. Shows us something valuable, but I think people read into this. If we look at the data points, and we are on the month, so let me try to go to a different thing. You can't. You can only go to the month. You can only go to the month. That's because this is only updated at the beginning of the month. So anything intra-month, like if we were to see something crazy happen with M2 supply, if they doubled it overnight, that wouldn't change this chart. It wouldn't change this chart. It should, but it doesn't with the way that the data is reported. So this is a flawed chart. It is always lagging a month. That's why when I see people post M2 TA versus Bitcoin, I'm like, I mean, that's cool and I like it, but you're really lagging back to the last data point. And to use the current data point is kind of flawed fundamentally. There's my little rant on it. Let's see, moving average is the same. Moving average is pretty similar on the week. Retracement's probably the same. No. Pretty close, though. Pretty close. A little bit more bullish, and that does make sense. We've seen on that little take I just did. I can get it. We can see that M2 supply has been dropping since July of 22. It bottomed in April. It bounced. And, I mean, if you guys want to chart, you want to do some chart nerding, I mean, tell me that doesn't look like retracement bounce or retracement dump, doesn't it? What this suggests to us is if this trend continues, the BTC M2 chart should continue to be bullish, as long as Bitcoin doesn't start dropping in value faster than the M2 supply, which is possible, but it's not really, I don't know, not really what I'm looking for right now. Really similar. Really similar. It's interesting, though, because if this updates at the first of the month every month, that does kind of have implications out into the market, doesn't it? Kind of does. If you want to manipulate charts, it looks like the last day of the month, best time, or the first day of the month, if you're manipulating M2 charts. Not a lot of difference. Not a lot of difference here. The low was lower. The retracement was larger. Dang, I should have been looking at that. Actually, the retracement was... No, it was larger. I was right. Well, slightly larger. Not much larger. I guess the expansion was less. That also makes sense because as we saw M2 supply explode... Well, let's see. Really, for the entirety of its existence, the M2 supply has exploded. For the first time pretty much ever, it looks like it's coming back down a little bit. But as that expands and Bitcoin goes up, that should logically give us a smaller percent to the upside. Is that true? 1,200%? That looks actually pretty close. I don't know. I don't know. Well, this was more janky than I expected, but I appreciate everyone sitting through it. I'll take a look at those over this weekend and come up with some more thought out things to share with you guys, maybe on Monday. Looking at stocks, this is not what I expected. Stocks on a little bit of a ripper. You could call this a dead cat bounce if you wanted. You could, but it has really moved higher than I expected. If you can read through this, all this gibberish, right? Make it a little easier for you. You can move through all of this and still be able to see the chart. There was a pretty clear head and shoulders. We did hit our first target down here at 41.11. I was looking for a bounce back to 42.2. But it just kept moving. We're now at 4,366. This is actually starting to look a little bit more bullish than I expected. This bottom here on the day, very V-shaped. Very strong reversal looking. I don't know I guess we can't see volumes on SPX for some reason. I would be looking for high volume down here at the low for a meaningful reversal. I guess volume just isn't here on the SPX on TradingView. This is, it's not invalidating yet. We are back to basically the neckline from where the short was taken, right? But moving even a little higher really quickly does argue that maybe that head and shoulders has played out. This trend line still not touching price. If it's looking to back test that trend line, it still has a little bit of upside to it. That's quite a weekly candle, 6% for the S&P. Weekly money flow, market cipher B, actually pretty good signals here. Daily still hasn't rolled over, but it's looking like it wants to. 12 hour the exact same. Boring. All alerts set at 4,400, I would say. Breaking 4,400 starts to look really good. I would worry about 4,430-ish right about here. Now, if we did see something like that and a rejection here, that would not be the best. You would have a higher high? Huh. This is tricky. I really like this V-shaped bottom. I think it's real kind of exciting if you're a bull on stocks. 618's right there. Wonder if there's something I'm missing, like on the larger time frames. Let me finish up with this, and then I'm gonna read the chat. It's got a long way to go, doesn't it? By the end of this year, here's what's interesting. By the end of this year, S&P could trade to 4,450. That's where the Q3 of this year opened. It's a little red candle. Little red compared to the 3 months of up. It could trade that high and really not change the macro of this chart. Could still be very bearish closing below 4,450. If we see a run up to there before the end of the year and a sell off, then I'm looking for probably opening to some red into Q1. If it closes above here, you could have a hella bullish setup. Things could be looking good into 24. That quarterly looks really, really solid. If it can close above, it has this beautiful bottom wick showing buyers came in. Bullish engulf in the quarterly. You have a 3 candle setup. You paint an order block there for support in case you come back down after a test of the high. It's actually pretty spicy. I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised by this rally on S&P. All right, let me go to the chat. I'm sorry, fam. I've been just trying to warm up and get in the zone because this morning my allergies were murdering me. Let's just get a new chart. This is a bunch of. We'll look at some old charts too. November 3rd. I have thousands of charts. You think you have charts, bro? Do you even chart? How many charts do you have? How many charts do you have saved in TradingView? Not enough. All right. Let me read the chat. I see Brian Aranda. What's up, Brian? Crimson Caravan Company, my boy. Steve-O. How you doing, Steve-O? Dave Digital. Ifini Mazda. What's up? French Toaster's back. Frosted Flake. How you doing? Good to see you again. Elir Sadiku. Foxy's here. Never miss you, Foxy Thorn. Jessit. Crypto Frankapoo. Nice name. Jack and a Crack, you're still here. I see you, brother. Crypto Poppy. Japernicus Hamid Hanif. How you doing? Loading name Moggy Games. You guys, if you like the thumbnail, just give props to Moggy Games. Yes, I threw the elements on it, but she created that beautiful background for us to use, and they've been working really well. People, they've been getting clicks. I don't know if it's because the market's up or from thumbnails or the clickbait. How do you like the clickbait today? Bitcoin at highest prices seen since yesterday. I think that's pretty good. Coins check, I already got you. Crypto Lucen, how you doing, brother? Good to see you every day. Who else? Janix, what's up, brah? Pure Peknik. Conan Laverty. Loading name Marmar. Moggy Games, of course. Midster X. Mohammed Jafari M, how are you? Novocaine, Patrick Leishman. How you doing, brother? Randy Abict. I don't know how to pronounce your name. You should tell me sometime. But not right now because I can't see the chat. I'm looking at the participants. Peckham, Razvan96, Rodney, Shrink Tech. How you doing, bro? Solar Miners here. Stefan Holahan. An Irish name. It's a pickle, my man. Enjoying Colorado. Are you coming back today? I hope so. I miss you, brother. Vanessa, Wisdom A, World of Wonders, XMMGX, Monkey, Karaoke Asia. All the Discord degens are here. It's good stuff. What's up, Nick Young? Ricardo. Bradley. Great show. Could be better, but I appreciate you. I appreciate the encouragement. What's up, Sin? Elements of Sound. Well, from Boston. Avid Yad. How's Avid Yad over there in Boston? I noticed that people from Boston don't pronounce the letter R often. Avid Yad. I love Boston, though. Tom isn't the same without pickle. Amen. What's up, Crunk? Nakudo Gamer. What up? What are you guys feeling? We have a poll going. Are we getting a pump? Are we getting a dump? Are we getting nothing this week? 330 votes. Keep voting. Keep engaging with the live stream. Sending messages in chat, voting, sharing, subscribing. Did anybody subscribe? Dave Digital has been a member 2 months in a row. Word. I don't know. I don't see any new subscribers. It's not a very spicy time right now, like this moment. If you are new, if you're just stumbling on our channel, welcome. We've been here for going on 5 years now. One of the first, if not the first, one of the first to ever have a crypto-only TA trading channel on YouTube, live streamed. Now it's all the rage. Everybody wants to be a trading channel now. That's okay. Mimicry is the most sincere form of flattery. We like them. Bring them. Just be careful. Be careful. We don't shill stuff here. Subscribe. That's right, Trading Nomad. You're the man. It might just not be popping up. This shit doesn't always work. Let's get in car. We'll go to the bar. To the car. Go to the bar. All right. Let's engage. What's up? Degen Hulk. Hey. Definitely the best. Thank you. I think so, but I'm a little biased. You know how it is. What's up, Ronald? Ew. Who else is here? Did everybody say hi? Kino King is here. What up? Captain Gary's here. Rodney from Texas lives in Michigan. Ooh, ballsy choice, my friend. Ballsy choice. It is cold up here. It's cold. What's up? Let's see. Haven't pecked. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss you? If I missed you, it's not personal. Malik. Lots of love. Prayers to you. Thank you. Thank you. Any news about Grayscale in the SEC meeting, Ashley? D. Jagar. No. Welcome to Crown Tower, Ronell. There we go. It is working. Ronell taking the stream scribe genity. I love it. Takes balls, my friend. You got him. Looks like the start of a double top. Oh, gosh. I thought we were past the double tops, double bottoms. Honestly, nothing against you, my friend. Not calling you out. The incessant calls of like head and shoulders, double top. I mean, I don't see a double top. Little maybe piece of advice I would say is when you're looking for a double top or double bottom, one, in crypto they're just not that great. They're like flags in my opinion. But look for them on like a daily time frame, or a weekly time frame, or a monthly time frame. If you're looking down at like the hours, minutes, you're gonna find double tops and double bottoms constantly. Like I just right here, there's one, dude, double bottom. It did move up, but there, like, there's one right there. But I wouldn't call that a double bottom. I mean, if you did, you would say double bottom on like the hourly. Like there's a double top, boom, right there. Did move down. I mean, I'm in real time. These are kind of working. You might even be able to call this a double bottom, right? It's pretty close. Just don't. It's not about double bottoms or anything. Just don't get latched onto one pattern, because our brains, what's the word? Infantasia. I don't know. Our brains look for patterns, and our brains look for patterns as a survival mechanic. And we have such powerful brains. Every single one of you out there. Not as much on Twitter, but all of us here on YouTube. We all have powerful brains, and we can find patterns no matter what. And that is a skill. It is an ability that's useful in trading, to be able to find them even when they're maybe a little esoteric. But to find them and just one pattern over and over and over again is a great way to just get trapped into a mindset of direction. And it doesn't usually work well. Oh, what's up, Gert? Conan Laverty. What are my thoughts on Solana? I don't care about their partnerships. I think blockchain and gaming has an inevitable future. I don't know if anyone's actually been able to utilize that right yet. What are my thoughts of Solana? Chart looks good. It rallied to resistance. I went into it in depth maybe last week at some point. Let me see if I can find the chart, because I know people want to look at Solana. I'm not stupid. I'm not ignorant. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. I have to pull it up. My worry right now with Solana is that Solana looks, in my opinion, that it's being pumped, that it's being engineered for liquidity. Now, Bitcoin went up, all these other altcoins went up. So if this was the only one going up, I would feel much more strongly. My worry is that, and I don't know the details. I've heard 800 versions of the details. Every single person who told me them was 100% confident that their details were right. My worry is the large amount of holdings that Alameda has that are inevitably going to be liquidated. Not saying they're liquidated right now, not even saying this year, not even necessarily saying next year, but at some point they will. There's going to be a lot of selling pressure on this market. And I would say one of my main kind of concerns is that those coins are forced to be liquidated. Now, we can all hope that it's done in tandem with exchanges like Kraken or Coinbase, where they're able to offload these assets without impacting the market price. Hope so. And I believe it can be done. We've seen it done regularly, or haven't seen it done because it doesn't impact market price. It happens a lot. Exchanges work with big customers to move big positions because the exchange doesn't want to hurt the price either with them. It happens a lot. It's very doable. It's very logical. We just don't know what will be done. I don't know what will be done. And that makes me a little worried. And it doesn't mean I'm totally bearish on Solana. But what it does mean is that whenever I see a pump, I do have a little hint of skepticism. Little bit. Because if that was me, what would I do? If I had all these resources, I would push the price up so that I had liquidity to push into, so that I could get better value out of those assets I'm forced to liquidate. That's me. Maybe I'm just evil. Maybe I'm just evil-minded. But Solana has looked really good all year. Still looks good, honestly. We're looking for a retracement at 32. Solana had other plans. Moved up. Didn't quite tap 47, which is weird to me. Or 30. Yeah, 47. Didn't quite tap 47. Didn't even hit like 50, that nice psychological number. I wouldn't be surprised to see a full tap of that. Wouldn't be surprised. I think there is a better entry for a long than right here. Likely at 32 if you're really patient, maybe even at 25. Although 25 may be behind us, this would still look really good. My biggest worry is all of the FOMO that I'm hearing. Pretty much people just talking about Solana. I also noticed on Reddit, Solana Foundation has been buying ads, like ad revenue or ad space. I noticed in a non-crypto thing, Solana Foundation ads coming up. And I do wonder how often that is. Like when things are pumping like this, and it's chicken and the egg. Is it that it's going up because the foundations are ad spending and getting more reach, or are they doing it because it's going up? You know, kind of which one came first? They're probably just synergetic. Logical time when the price is going up to spend on ads. But I just have this air of skepticism. And you guys know, I never have been a fan of Solana. I mean, like, I don't hate it. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But it doesn't really fit what I like in crypto. It's not the decentralized promise that I came here for. Doesn't mean you can't make money. Doesn't mean it doesn't have a future. But just be careful. Just be careful. If Solana does break past, we'll say $50, I mean 75-ish, up to, yeah, 75-ish, 76, likely the next upside resistance. Here you have clear resistance on the chart. Here you, well, we'll say support. These were clear supports on the chart. Even down here. You've moved back to this range. If you can break through it, you have a pretty inefficient gap in market price action, both on the way up and on the way down. So you would look for, where's the next point of efficiency? It's pretty close to 75. That'd be my next upside target. That's what I think about Solana. That's what I think. Team Sol all the way. Go for it. Go for it. I've long given up caring what other people invest in or believe in. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. You'll never change their mind. You know what changes people's minds? Pain. Pain. That's about it. All of the cautionary tales, it's irrelevant. When emotions are involved, logic is not a factor. That's it. What'd you say, Steve? I saw something. I don't think the coins. I don't think Tom likes any coins that are not proof of work. Valid. Again, I don't necessarily hate them, and there are different levels, like Safe Moon. Safe Moon, shittier than whatever, something else, you know? There are levels to it. But no, if you want me to rant about it, I can, but I probably won't. It's one of my favorite rants. If it's not proof of work, it's not really decentralized. We love to throw around the word decentralized in crypto. Just because something's crypto does not make it decentralized. But to be fair, to give you the other side of that argument, crypto doesn't have to be decentralized. Doesn't make it not crypto. Kind of isn't really in the spirit or the intention. But what does it matter? The spirit and intention of crypto is irrelevant to what happens, and like it doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. Crypto is just gonna be whatever it's gonna be. That's the reality of it. Oh, that trade. I threw something up on Twitter. I don't, oh man, it's gonna be hard to find. Just with a long, it said like yay or nay. I can tell right now it got stopped out. Rip. It's actually 2 L's in a row, maybe. We had so many wins in a row. I want to find this. We had so many wins in a row. This is just the way it goes. Anybody who tells you, anyone who brags about their win rate is likely very new to trading and doesn't understand why that doesn't matter. The win rate is not important. Here's the tweet. This was the yes or no. Here was the long. Stop 34. I'm pretty sure we got stopped. I can tell by this wick. Yep. Wait. Did we? Did today trade below 34? 34.1? You know what? It actually didn't get stopped out. It actually didn't. 34.079. It's slightly under there. 34.1 is the low today so far, huh? Okay. All right. Well, I'm a little too eager to share my losses. Never mind. We didn't just miss 2 in a row. Although there's still time. I'm gonna look at the low time frames and stuff. I'm having a good time just vibing. Most everything is on Amazon Web Services. They should start calling it like Amazon crypto. I don't know. Something. Because a lot of proof of stake, everything that's not proof of work pretty much exists on Amazon Web Services, which in and of itself is problematic for decentralization. It's problematic. Very. Cass, CryptoCevo is saying Cass is a good project in theory. I recently welcomed Cass to my family of coins of the Tom Crown coins list. That list is very small. It's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, Dogecoin, Cass. What are the other ones? There's a few other ones that are smaller, Vertcoin, things like that. Very small list. And from my research, the only reason being it was proof of work. There was no pre-mine. There was no ICO. It was fair from day 0. That's it. That's it. Not a lot of coins fit that. All right. Proof of stake brought to you by Amazon Web Services. Their motto can be, it's decentralized. 80% of the internet is on Amazon Web Services. Also fair enough. Also fair enough.
I just wish you knew.
AKT is on AWS but decentralized. You can't, like, what? Dave, I'm not sure what you're saying. If you build the most stable house in the world, right? You build it in space or something impossible. You build it and then you place it onto a non-stable foundation. Does it matter how stable the house is? And the answer is no. It does not. It does not. How quickly can you lose money? Very. Win on Room trade. We'll look at Room. Bitcoin's not doing too much yet. I don't really like the way it looks right now, though. That long is in danger. Rune hit $3. Let's go. Let's go. Let's zoom it out. Rune did what I didn't expect it to do. It bumped and ran. It is at next resistance. $3. $3 logically on Rune should be a very strong resistance. It is peeking through there right now. $3.15. That is that's pretty far above it. There's another coin. We're gonna look at Cardano next because it's in a similar position. So this logically should be a pretty strong resistance. On the way up, what did you have? And this might not be all the history, but anyway, you accumulated, you went up, you had very inefficient price action. That's likely why we see all this. You had a little bit of efficiency as you kind of came back down to this $3 level here in February. You moved to an all-time high. You came back down in July to that same level. You found support. Lower high, you found support. Lower high, you broke. Rejected from support. Rejected again in August. Fell. And now here you are. This is likely the strongest resistance that Rune has. I'd like to see the weekly close up here. I'd like to. I'd like to see a daily close up here. You can even see the last 2 days it did pull back a little bit as market makers and retail took some profits, sold into the resistance. But it's peaking up again. We have a higher high. A close on the day above here would be a great start. I'd like to see the weekly. If you look left, I think I said this before, looking left, talking about efficiency and inefficiency. Very inefficient. This whole price range from $6 to $3, you pretty much just fell in a few daily candles. There you are. Few daily candles. Inefficient price action or market price action. Likely it leaves a void of sell orders, a void of people looking to get out as they panic sold this drop of inefficiency. This is it. Like, this is it. I'd like to see it hold on to this $3, and if it does, looking for 670, maybe 6. I might have to redo that one. I don't remember exactly where that's from. That looks pretty good. I think it should actually be here, though. We'll go more into it. Don't look bad. Actually like this, too. 260. 260 untested. Weird. All right.
Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know.
Weekly, that's pretty crazy. You already have this large run up from the low. 300%. Look at your money flow on the day. It's just when this weekly closes, unless this sells off like crazy in the next 2 days, which I don't think is very likely. Not enough to do this. Next week will open to green money flow, and that will be the first time since May of 22. All the way back here, which is really interesting because the last time it had positive money flow was right here, basically, in this inefficiency. You've been negative money flow all the way to this point, and now you're here, and potentially next week you're going to open to green money flow. That's pretty spicy. That's a pretty spicy chart. I like it. What's up, legend? Can we do near? Probably. Palladium, looking like a snack. Getting your palladiums. What's up, TJ Welch? Soloway has stated that before on Crypto Banter. I think he's being honest because he doesn't really take a lot of crypto specific trades. What was that? What did he state? Soloway is a smart guy. He's gotten a lot of hate for being so bearish. Just the way it goes. I get a lot of hate for being bullish when things are bearish, so just the way of the market. What's up, Mihai? I think the chance of the ETF announcement will be the last dump big correction before the next bull run. I think it depends how much it's priced in before. I think it depends how far or how high Bitcoin has giggity made it before the announcement. The higher it goes, I think the more likely it is to retrace. If we don't see any price action this year, really, if this was it, which is possible, but I pray not. If this was like the last spice of the year and we just end up doing this again, like you know, just repeating this into the end of the year, meaning we'll be like back down in this range, I doubt we see much of a downside to an ETF announcement. Also, kind of the nature of them, unless they announce it like it will be approved, you know, June next year, like a timeline. If they approve it that way, I think likely you see people baking it in and then you dump into it. But if they all of a sudden come out like on Monday, not saying this is going to happen, but like on Monday, if they're just like ETFs approved, good luck. I think we just see a pump. I don't think we see a dump on that, honestly. That's my take. The only KDA for you is a League of Legends ban. Yeah, KDA does slap, not gonna lie. That does slap. You're trying to compare it to the XRP lawsuit news when it comes to this. Honestly, guys, we were in a long before the XRP announcement. Charts, I think that news is engineered around charts or something. I don't think that the announcements themselves are like super relevant. I think it's just when retail hears about them and gets excited. That's my honest opinion. This is kind of a droopy candle for Bitcoin today. Don't love that. Let me take a look. Money flow on a higher high. God, in daily VWAP, get up. Stop trending down. But we do have a higher high in money flow. It's not bad. We have bearish divergence on this high, which is shitty. We had a high and then a lower high on RSI. And at the same time, we had a higher high in price. Bearish divergence. That's not ideal. Does make sense, though. Just looking at it, this run-up, pushing to this high, and then you have another run-up. That high was much more muted. Like, let's say this run-up was 25%. From the low to here, that's 7%. That is just an indicator immediately that you're likely going to see bearish divergence. Same with lows. Let's add this like this. Bear div. Bird div. There we go. Buying momentum continues to wane off on the day via the MAC Diesel. The MAC D's. Let's look at like 3-day. 3-day. Very different story. VWAP is negative and momentum's rolling over, but this is pretty promising. Money flow almost to that zero line on the 3-day. When we zoom out on the 3-day, we no longer have that bearish divergence. Sometimes it's valuable to just take a bigger time frame. They're going to be less likely to give you those signals. 2 days and 7 hours. This is fresh. Nice little close at 35K. 34.5 right there at the open. Still a higher low. You have a tiny little sliver order block here at 39 or 33.9. Let's see. Weekly, you don't have bearish divergence either. So you do have it on the day. Maybe that's saying the daily is looking to retrace a little bit, but the weekly is not as confident as the day in that signal. Weekly still looks pretty good on money flow, higher highs. VWAP is coming down, but that's still looking pretty good. Momentum still trending up, of course it is. All right. Bearish divergence. Let's throw on our retracement. All right, down there. Next level. Be right about here. 33.9. Go to the 12. 12 hour looks like it's rolling over. That's not ideal. 12 hour has the same bearish divergence, right? You don't have a higher high in price, or you have a higher high in price. You don't have a higher high in RSI. It does have, and it's already technically playing out. However, you can see this start to form on this pullback. RSI has been dragged down lower. Last time it was this low was back here. What? Let's say it broke this low of October 13th, 17th, 18th, right here. Price is much higher than back here. Yet RSI is lower. So the 12 hour is starting to suggest, it's not saying that this has to be the bottom and can't go lower. But we have bullish divergence forming. We have bullish divergence forming. That will remain true as long as price doesn't move all the way down to 28.1. Possible, but I wouldn't bet on it. So I'm going to start looking for any kind of bottoming signals on lower time frames just based on that. 4 hours not giving it to me. Giggity. Rolling over here, lower highs, lower lows on money flow. VWAP is coming back up though, so it looks like probably after this 4-hour closes, we'll get some kind of retracement to the upside. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Go down. Going down to the 2-hour. A little bit of bearishness. A little bit of bearishness. Still that same divergence on our low. Crap. That's not good. 1 hour kind of looks like garbage too. Cool, your RSI came up. The 90-minute quick. Same thing as the hour. Kinda blurry. 45 minutes sucks. 30-minute sucks. Okay. Yeah. 15-minute kind of sucks too. Wow. Look at that. That VWAP just rocketing down. Not great. Muted. Positive high there. Not getting anything good into this weekend yet, fam. Hate to say it. That looks weak, but at least it's still somewhat bullish on the 10. Come on, give me something good. VWAP hitting 0. Money flow just rolled over on the 5. Momentum's pinching. Definitely. All right, not bad. I think we could see this retracement here. You already hit your 618. Do something like that. I can see this. I don't know if I like it though. Honestly, based on what I just saw, I might be looking for a short over long. These shorts have been getting us in trouble, though. I don't love this long. I think there's a better one down here. Ooh. Zoom in for that. Whew. Down here. You could see 33.4, but this would look pretty good to me. Of course, I'd prefer to hold this structure and move back up. But if you are doing maybe some kind of ugly looking pattern, you'd likely expect kind of a run of this fair value gap on the day. You could use your stop at this low, but I don't really like that either. I think that's risky. Maybe it could be done in two. Could be done in two positions, both with like a pretty tight stop loss here. You can see this. Stop loss doesn't really matter. You just want to make it tight. Giggity. Because basically you're trying to bail and then recatch the wick. This is not the smartest trading. Like that. Or hit there. Maybe just back to here. Okay. I see hearts coming up. Let me get rid of some of these. Clean this up for you. Really want to do that. All right, here's where I'm running into issues. I like this. Okay, I like this. 32,267. That's where I want to take the position. That's where I want to take it. But I don't like the risk to reward I get there. Give me a sec. 1 minute, still trending down. Yeah, the entry is lower. I don't know. Maybe we take it from down here, 34.1 instead. Doesn't look too bad. Like, here's how I see it. It either bounces here and retraces, or It's doing this. Now, I'd like to see it bounce there too. But down here is just a better entry. You get a better risk to reward because your stop is closer. Man, what a mess. What a mess. What a mess. This is just too much. It's too much on the one to be like, yeah, bounce here. Yeah, it's just too downtrending. Let's see, like that. This isn't really back tested. Alright. I guess we'll just let that go. I really want to see it reject there. This is why. Really want to see it reject here, come back down. When I invert the chart, I just see the same thing. When I invert the chart, I see this. Wow, it's so much on here. Something like that. I think the longs get swept. Hopefully not this weekend. The lows, the longs, whatever. This is a really busy chart. I shouldn't have done this. I got in over my head. I think what I can say here is I don't like. I'm not really into any of these I've placed today. They're always just for practice, for education. They're not financial advice. Today, I'm just not digging them as much. Not feeling them. Let's look at some other stuff. Let's look at some other stuff. What do we want to look at? Tell me what you want to look at. I still have them on over here, don't worry. That's too busy of a chart to work with. Trade above 35K again. This looks pretty good. I just don't see it yet. ADA, yes. I said I'd look at ADA. You're right. Thank you, Jacob. Jacob. TA just biases plus your imagination. Yeah, that's true. Your imagination. It's very valuable. Let's zoom out on ADA because something good did happen. Something important happened. ADA made it through. It's through resistance. It's chilling at 31. Our order block on the monthly. We were skeptical if it was going to break. This looked good, but not if you just rejected from that previous resistance right there. 31 cents. This was like our bread and butter all throughout the year here. We traded this like mad between 31 and 41. It's looking good. That's a good break. I was skeptical, I'll admit. Do you still not have a higher high? This is when I get, I get less bearish on ADA. Not bullish yet. Less bearish. You still haven't taken a high. I guess right here you took this high. I'm gonna just delete. Clean up a little bit. These positions are reaped. Oh, you know what? Here. Technically a short just filled. I remember we placed this after it fell and we were waiting for the back test. This short I'm a lot less confident in. Was very confident in it back there. It's back. Got wrecked. 35-ish. Back to the top of the range. 41. 35. It's like it's traded to 33. I mean, I'd like to see 35. Good news. No matter what, really. I mean, at least you're not in this so clean looking pattern. Flat bottom with your highs coming down. You have broken something here, at least the high trend. That was a slick short. You broke the high trend. You still haven't broken July's high, but it's a start. It looks good. There could be plays from that 31 cents if you are feeling bullish on it. Stop will be a little difficult. Probably just under 30. Targeting what, like 35, 35.8. That can be played. This short's still active technically. I don't really like either of these trades. It's really kind of in nowhere land for me. Daily money flow looks very strong in ADA. I like that. Weekly, almost looking for rollover. Still not quite breaking that low. Coming off of a higher low down here, though. It's looking strong. VWAP is giant erection somehow. Straight up. I would not be surprised to see ADA run. Like, continue to run over the course of this year. Probably 41 cents going to be the next tough battle for it. I wouldn't expect too much at 35. You could blast right through it. Maybe that's though. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad spot for this to happen. It doesn't really look right though, does it? This would look better. Or this. Kind of skip that level. That would be very bull runny. Cardano looks pretty good. Bitcoin will be 180K soon. I like that. What's your views for Bitcoin on the weekend? I have not seen anything really bullish yet, unfortunately. I was hoping for something, some kind of bullish signals. We are consolidating a little bit here. A little bit of up and down right at the place I would hope for to see it actually do something. I still don't have those signals yet. And looking down here next. Drop. This is pretty ugly though. Not gonna lie. This we saw the S&P 500 earlier and had this nice V reversal. I don't really like this. This is kind of a V reversal as well. This only being on the 5 minute, not the same as the daily. We're seeing the S&P move on. But right now I have not seen anything really great. I want to see this 5 minute catch. I want to see this happen. I want to see VWAP pull up. If I see that on the 5 minute, then I can start using my brain, my imagination to kind of roll that into these higher time frames. I guess maybe a new 15 open since we've looked at it. This VWAP's trending up. That's like the very, very first sign, maybe. 30 minute isn't showing it at all. And that makes sense. We're only in red candles here. 30 minute has returned to this little order block before the run up. This would be a great spot to sweep liquidity and look back for like a 0.5 or 618 retracement. Let's see. Something like this. 5. Let's see that. Slowly emerging. I don't have like anything super great yet that I would feel confident about that. This doesn't look great either. Okay. Okay, the 1 minute maybe shaping up here. I'll take it. Maybe. I need to see a little bit more retracement on the one. I need like up here. Up here maybe. 3, 4, 4, 5, 1. I'm back to here and maybe. And maybe baby. This is a 1 minute. This is super low time frame. This is. I mean, you have such a high risk to reward. Maybe you only take it to 3, 4, 5, 50. It's still 3 to 1. This music is a little whack. Okay, let's go back to here. There we go. TRB, RSI, MACD. I think this month Bitcoin to 28K again. Do you think it is, or do you want it to? Not saying that it won't, not saying it can't. I think 28's a little low, but not saying it can't. But ask yourself, whenever you're looking at Bitcoin, and you say, I think Bitcoin's gonna do this, just do a little check in yourself and say, do I want this? Is this like where my trade is? Or is this actually what I'm seeing on the chart? Just a good check-in. What's that? Link. Chilling. What's really moving? TRX. Chilling, not moving. Nexo. Looking better, but screw Nexo. ASM right back to the little resistance, the big resistance. Hasn't closed above it on the week. That's looking good though. I was a little skeptical on KSM. If it can hold right here this low, you can get a good trade. Take that low. Take this daily resistance, retracement, push up. Potential resistance, flip to support. You already have where your stop is, so you can engineer long around it to get that sweet 3-ish. 22% upside, 7% downside. Not bad. Adam rejecting, looking, honestly, that's an ugly weekly close if it closes down here below 756. Won't like that. I'd like to see it close up in this range to continue. QNT. Ooh, QNT. It did stop us out, but it did come back to our entry on the, I think we looked at this Friday or Wednesday. Came back to the entry here. Sketchy. Sketchy. It's a little knifey. That's a little knifey. Do I have any alerts set here? Probably not. Alert set. Matic. Oh god, no, Matic. Matic, you looked so good. It doesn't look terrible yet. But Matic, 66 to 69 cents. We identified as our little zone of resistance up here. Matic tapped it, back tested 60, tapped 69, and now it's back below 66. But hasn't really broken too much. I can see Matic go as low as 63.7 without really hurting this and still look to move to the upside. But you don't like to see it move into that resistance and move back down. That's not the best. Not the best. XTZ boring. ADA looking good though. This looks good, man. At 31 cents, like low time frames, ADA looks good. Resistance flipped to support. XLM surprisingly quiet. Surprisingly quiet. Just gotten a 200x long on Bitcoin. Good luck, my friend. Best of wishes. Best of lucks. AAVE. Not bad either. There's quite a few of these now. Quite a few of these. Where we see coins hit a resistance, pull back, break them. A lot of them have tapped a higher resistance. Then come right back to basically where that resistance was. Now, we haven't seen them take off. But that's a good setup. It's a good potential setup. Let's see. First reward sucks, though. Let's leave it like that. That's never would I take that trade. But I'll leave it there. FTM not doing much. ARB not doing much either. We're getting there. I'm just closing tabs so we can see what we actually want to look at. Render. Riggedy wrecked. Riggedy wrecked my short. Now it went down. Beautiful. I'm not really convinced of this pullback yet. AVAX under resistance still. Ethereum still above 1772. And today's not that spicy. It is Friday, though. It is Friday. Uniswap. All right. All right, Uniswap. Uniswap, all right. I definitely wouldn't long Uniswap personally, but when in Rome, could see that playing out. Let's see that. I like this though. Uniswap surprised me. It blasted through the descending high trend here. Didn't quite make it to $5, but then came back, and this was after we kind of plotted this out. Now came back to the trend. I think there's a tight stop loss play, at least to $5 on Uniswap. Toy. Near. I know someone asked about Near earlier. Here we are. Took a while. Took a while. Lower highs, higher highs. Just rolled over. 12 hours still trending up. This short might be wrecked. We haven't seen a lot of these. We haven't seen a lot of moves where coins are coming off their low, hitting a resistance, and then moving back to that previous resistance that they skipped on the way up, basically. We haven't seen this yet. I really would like to because it will offer so many good entries and trades. But I kind of have this feeling if we really are in the bull, and next year is just gloves off bull, you're not going to get those. So it's almost like this would be great because you get a great entry. But if you get a great entry, then you probably have to jump out of that bag. Because right here, if the bull is fully on, this will be the only good entry for a while. All the others will be traps. But that short's still flying. Your lows are coming up and your highs are coming down. So it's flagging. Good thing I don't trust flags. Yeah, that plays out. XRP. Chilling. XRP kind of broke its little explosive parabolic looking rally right there, didn't it? It was looking crazy. Right up to 61.8 cents, our take profit target. You hit a lower low, you broke your... Actually, let's go to the day. I shouldn't be saying this about the hourly. Ain't breaking the hourly. That's flagging too. I do see a little rolling over for it though. Maybe get another shot at 55 cents, 56 cents. Right underneath resistance. I wouldn't take a long here. XRP is still looking good though. It can look good and do a lot. Like it can do this and still be fine. It can do this and be fine. Like this took so long. It has spent so much time down here. This really punished bulls right here. That was bad. I'll place another alert on XRP above 62 cents. If it breaks out, it's looking spicy again. Still kind of looks like crap on low time frames. There we go. Let me re-examine. 1 minute, slowly rolling over. 5 minute doing something like this. 15-minute rolling, or this is 25-minute. Weird. Oh well. 25-minute actually looking not terrible. I need the 30-minute to start weakening on the downtrend. It hasn't yet. It really looks like it wants to stop out that position. Yeah. What else really? Sushi. Link isn't doing anything. Link is just like right where we left it. It's sitting at resistance. It's not doing anything. Starting to see higher highs and lower lows though. That's not great. It did come back to the order block previously, like 1050. 1050. I think you see a back test. I think you see a comeback. I've been of that exact same opinion. 950 or 10 bucks. Sushi. Who? Muhammad. What is with sushi? Who's even looking at sushi? Wow. Okay, that's probably why. A little pumpy on the Bitcoin pair. That's an old chart. Sushi BTC, yeah, picking up some ground here. 114% off its low against Bitcoin. Potentially painting an order block. Love to see it close above yesterday's open. Love to see that if you don't. A little sketchy. Okay, broke past some significant resistance on the month. Right about here. Just eyeing it. Something like that. 0.99 perfect. I'll take that. Weekly actually looks like poop still. Could be a trade at $1. I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't recommend it. But you might be able to sneak out $1. 99 cents. $99.99. All right. I don't really know how to do this position. Maybe like that. I don't really like this trade. I don't like taking longs once you're up like this. But the only reason I'm even entertaining it is that you moved up, you came back to $1. That's psychological. It is a very significant price point looking left. It's like you're really betting on it holding. Something like that. That's what you're betting on. So, I don't like it. I don't like it, man. You moved up 101%. You're still up 62% versus the end of October, like on the month. It's a little high risk for me. Little. Yeah, that plays out. Oh, Wampa Wampa. Wampa Wampa. Bitcoin's moving down. We're so zoomed in, though. It's like we're ridiculously zoomed in. You zoom out, and it's like nothing's happened. What do you guys think? Top in for November. Let's make that almost 650 votes. Nice. We're looking for a pump. Let's do this. BTC November high is in. Let's go. 38K. See what you guys think. Get the polls voting. If you haven't liked and subscribed, still time. What's up, Leah and Brune? I missed you. T Danny UK, F Ken Caracas, 1269 Kenfolk. Thanks for subscribing, fam. Hopefully more take the torch up. Smash that button. So we do a bear divergence on the day. We looked at that earlier. On the week, it's not really there, but on the day we do. I mean, maybe we're looking at this. Maybe we're looking at this. We almost have the, what, 1, 2, 3, 4th touch here today. If we do get this touch, which we don't quite yet, but if we do today, pretty much 34 flat, this wouldn't be crazy, but I would expect something like that. It'd almost like be better if we did something like this, I think. Your lows are still coming up, though. You got 2-day. 2-day definitely wants a little bit more downside with his VWAP, but it is determined to roll over. It is determined. Look at some weird time frames. 10-day. 10-day just rolled over. Nice. I think this is the simplest way to look at it right now. Doesn't mean this is what it's doing. It's just the simplest way to look at it. It's like until invalidated, this is basically what you're looking at. Might even actually do it that way. That actually looks better, doesn't it? You only have wicks outside of it. I like that. I like it. Do you like it? Gotta make sure the music hasn't changed. Nope. We're good. ETH. We kind of looked at Ethereum. It's not doing too much. What's like interesting and different we can look at? You're up 100% on 80 to 1 GBP long. Get it, crypto wealth. Is Bitcoin going to hold here? It doesn't look very much like it's going to hold right here. Kind of hoping it holds. Like it's like a fraction of a percent lower. Like 0.5% lower. This doesn't look too good. You got this going for you on a low time frame, right? It's right here. You got that. You'd like to see this. But this is pretty ugly. This is pretty ugly, man. I haven't seen anything low time frame that's like looking super reversally. Things are starting to change since the beginning of the stream. We're starting to see a little bit more of that. 5 minute is actually doing what I had hoped. A little gumdrop here. Roll over. That could be good. The 1 minute continues to roll over. So we have, I will say, like, officially now the 1 minute has like a rollover sign. Hasn't been true at all. This is basically what it looked like all stream, just lower lows. Finally breaking those lows, moving higher. And that's like a good start, right? That's a good start. Better than what we had. 5 minute VWAP's up, momentum is pinched. That's changed since the start. 15 minute VWAP continues up. That's good. That's going to be pooling on this money flow. I guess my concern, the 30 minute, finally. We had a new 30 minute open since I looked at it last. Flattening of the VWAP here. That is solid. Momentum's still down. Money flow's still down, but it might be doing that. I like that. 30 minutes has been like hella bearish since we started streaming today. It's kind of like the hopeful long here. Hopeful. I think we see some upside today. Just not super confident it's going to be like a crazy exciting time. Crap, I didn't mean to close that one. Damn, SP 500 is just on fire. Look at total real quick. Maybe we can look at JBTC. I'll take it. Total looks good. Same thing as Bitcoin on the day. Ooh, I like this. Feeling a little bit better than earlier. I did not feel good this morning. Holy shit, I did not feel good. Slept a lot, made me feel bad. GBTC, I guess, again today put in a new high. Just keeps doing that. Just keeps getting really high, right? It's interesting. We were watching this long before it broke out. I was even saying, would you be more bullish if this was the Bitcoin chart? Like back here, I was talking about it. Would you be more bullish on Bitcoin if this was the chart? The answer was yes, you should have been. Like, not even in hindsight, just this is more bullish than what Bitcoin was showing. You have like resistance, higher high, back test of resistance, higher high. You could say that's a back test of resistance again. Then you broke out. Hindsight is wonderful. But at the time, it was just more bullish. Still is. It's pretty spicy. Looks alright. It's pretty monstrous. GBTC. Looking for like 30s. 30s. Be like the equivalent of 48K for Bitcoin. Wow. Could this move less while we're live? Like, could Bitcoin, this is too much, man. It's too much spice. Too much spice, dude. You calm it down. It's like calm your tits. Love from India. Much love to India. Much love. Can I check out Tomo? Tomo? I don't know. MBF. Your butt is itchy? Go wipe it. Take a shower. Wipe. What's up, Watson? Hey. You're looking too short. 33.8. 33. You're in a short. I was like, wait, what? You just shorted higher than price? You got scammed, son. 33.8. I think 33.8 is possible. Especially if this doesn't like bounce. I think you get that. Sweep of the low. I've been discussing that earlier today. I think it's possible. I think it's likely. You're shorting, Evan. Good. You're up 20% on 200x. So price moved 0.2, 0.1. Sure. 200x is wild. On top daily at 338, 339. 339. Yeah, I mean that's the lows we're talking about sweeping. Actually, wait. I don't want all these retracements. I can't remember why I put all these on here. Yeah. I mean 339, this would be an awesome long, potentially. You just see this swept. I don't think I would want to ride along from there or like try to hold it open to a new high, honestly. But I think you maybe get 35.4, something like that. Just boring. What's your alts thinking? BC backer says alts will bleed for a couple of weeks while Bitcoin tries to break. I mean, that's logical. It's not made up. I mean, what have we seen? If we take this, just the most simple of terms, what have we seen? We saw Bitcoin move up. Bitcoin dominance moved with it. Alts didn't keep up with this. Bitcoin has hit a higher high, but it has been mostly passive. Just hit that high, hasn't been moving a lot. And what have we seen on alts? You know, we take a look at Matic. Matic went right to its major resistance. We take a look at ADA. This one has been struggling for a while. Right back to its pretty significant resistance, 31 cents. We look at Link. Where is it? Right at 1150. Pretty major resistance. Kusama, I don't know. Not this is relevant really, but right back to resistance. Previous support. Right back to resistance. Atom almost got to its weekly resistance. Now it's almost faded all the way back to its previous weekly. Gala kind of overshot. But we're seeing a lot of this. We're seeing a lot of alts at resistance. Bitcoin moved up. They didn't move up with it. Bitcoin kind of chilled. Alts moved up. That is what we saw. Not really in the last cycle, but he's right. That's what we used to see, I say. Like in the previous cycle, we saw that a lot. We saw Bitcoin make a move up. Alts moved sideways. Some moved down a little bit, but mostly just sideways, maybe tiny upside gains. Then Bitcoin would hit a resistance. It would trend sideways for a bit. Alts would catch up. Then Bitcoin would move again. Alts would move sideways. It was very predictable back then. Do we know that that's what's going to happen again? No. But I think it's an intelligent statement by him. It's not gibberish. It's not made up. The longer Bitcoin trades sideways, the more likely alts are, I would say, to be smashing into resistances, to be moving up. When Bitcoin makes a break to the upside, if it takes another leg up, which I think that's the more probable outcome. If and when it does, I think alts will do the same thing. They won't see the moves right away. They'll chill. Then when Bitcoin stops and slows down again, they'll catch up. I think that's pretty reasonable. I wouldn't say it's guaranteed or something, but it's pretty reasonable. Kenzie. Mginia. Pull it up. Fitty. There you go. You got the upside. Your high on the day, at least, is your highest point in RSI. That's a good sign. Day does look a little heavy there. I would be looking right here. Whoa, 2.7 cents. Didn't really line up with any fibs. But you hit a new high. You don't have bearish divergence. That's good. But you're now back under, like a lot of these coins hitting resistance, back under that resistance. This is likely a better entry than right here. 3.4 cents versus 2.7. That was pretty significant resistance for this. Tested as support. Could be good. Could be. My lord. 5 minutes shaping up though. This is good. There you go. You see that little tick that just happened right there. 5 minute finally looking solid. 15 minute now reaching down to the zero. You see momentum starting to pinch. That 5 minutes pushing out into the longer time frames. 30 minute flattened out. 8 minutes left on that close. It's looking, actually does not look too bad there. This is starting to look like the retracement is a coming. It looked not at all earlier. 45 minutes still very bearish for some reason. I bet the hourly is too. Here. Peas. I don't think I pulled it up. PP. The PP. Oh. Pepe. Pepe. Nothing changed. 1480. Whatever the zeros are. Daily is a little sketchy though. More sketchy than I would expect right there. Looks alright. There's your previous support. Or previous support tested as resistance. Broken through, back tested. I mean, beautiful technical trade if it works. Beautiful. There we go. I don't like this short. But whatever. Whatever. Just gonna leave it. Just gonna leave it. Is what it is. BTC going up? Not really, not yet. I hear about the Federal Reserve breakdown today, electronic payment method. A lot of people didn't get paid. Whoops. Whoops. Derp -da -der. I saw that the Fed is going to try to sue Cointelegraph or something, which seems ridiculous. Ridiculous. Which indicator is that is what? Is which? This one? This one's Market Cipher. Links in the video description. What's up, Mac? Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my brother. Yeah. Quieter stream. We had 550 earlier. This has scared them away. Tuned out. It is Friday. I still have to do my F-Boy Friday post. I also have to do my day 303 of the Bitcoin bull market post. Still have to. The Safe Moon got sued. It was never safe, bro. Try to tell people. Here's some value, especially if the bull run is here. Here's some value. We're gonna hear of a bajillion more of these Safe Moons, and you're gonna see people just be so freaking convinced. They'll get offended if you say anything. They'll get mad. They'll call you a scammer or something because you tell them that the project's just a bunch of shit. It's gonna come again, and they're gonna gaslight you again. Be careful. With a bull run will come the bull run scams. They'll be everywhere, and they will do. Think about it. If a scam wants to be successful, they have to do everything they can to not look like a scam, and that includes they're going to pay people to say good things about them. They're going to pay people to like have a fake community. They're going to use bots. They're going to jazz it up. They're going to hype it up. And it's going to appear real. Always be wary, man. Whatever is hyped at that moment it's almost always the end. It's almost always the top. Like, by the time you hear about these things, it will be too late. And the more you feel like, oh my God, I'm too, like, I have to get in or I'll be too late, the more likely you are buying the top. Just be wary. Be careful. Be cautious. It is better to miss a run than it is to jump in on something you're feeling FOMO about. You'll find if you like trade journal that almost 100% of the time you FOMO and you're like, I have to get into this right now. It's like the top. It is not your friend. It will not do you well. It will not do you well. Here. Pump the music. Weary or wary? I don't know, man. Both. Wary, eerie. Wary, eerie. You guys see a major retracement to 33K. 33K would not be a major retracement. That would be a very minor retracement. Very minor. Like, incredibly minor. From the high, that's not even 10%, is it? It's 8%. It's not a big retracement. Major retracement. This would be a major. Well, this would still be pretty minor retracement. That would be like 20%. Still pretty minor. I think there's good odds whenever the bull market's here, if it's here or not. I think there's good odds we see a 50% retracement on the way up. It'll make you real scared. Real afraid. That's how you'll know. Well, Bitcoin being at the highest price since yesterday has been very entertaining. I highly recommend you joining the Discord. We're going to be opening up the Discord. We're going to be doing more things with it. I think we're going to be bringing the patron back. It's just going to be like, extremes just for the patrons, like maybe twice a month or something. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. Probably going to bring it back. Get the community going. There we go. Winner. Winner. That trade's a winner. There it is. Now what happens? How am I feeling about this short as we go into it? Not so great, actually. I don't like this. I'm not taking that one. Wiener, 3-1. Wiener. Keep going. What do you guys think? Nice long. It was sketchy. It was sketchy. It was really sketchy. It worked out though. Yo, fill the short. Wreck the short, please. Not taking this one. Wreck the short, please. Bomb, bomb, bomb. I was like, just like getting bored, and then Bitcoin started moving. It sensed I was getting bored. It's like, Tom's getting bored. Let's move the market. He hasn't ended the stream yet, so don't move it too much. What else is moving? GRT. Let's look at GRT quick. Kind of want to almost do that. But then it's like, oh, you got to move the stop up and like too much effort. GRT's moving. Algorand's at 11.1 cents. GRT's moving, but it hasn't. This is bothering me. Keep looking at it and it keeps being in like the same spot. Hasn't really moved yet. 12, 13 cents, and I'll get excited. Algorand. Still the size. Trust wallet. Trust wallet. Rune, we looked at Rune. Rune, is that still moving? Might still be moving. Yeah, in this stream, still moving. I mean, it feels crazy. I feel like a madman. We haven't been looking for upside targets in so long. It feels weird. I feel like a madman saying this, but like maybe 350. $350 looks pretty good. You passed resistance. $350 looks pretty good. Your more macro measured move at $350. Your daily swing high to swing low before you broke the low here. 2 measured move. Both measured moves at $350. I'm actually going to move this down to $350. Gallop. Still under 2 cents. Cardano is at just the brink of bull. I actually tweeted that. On the cusp of bull. That triggered a bunch of people. Cusp. They're like, there's 31 cents. There you go. It's over. Now what? Looks pretty good, though. 35. Hopefully 39 or 40. Like 41 would be ideal. Break your high, get back into this range. Maybe then you go back to 31. I don't know. Maybe you skip it. Maybe you skip it. You go to 72, come back to 41, freak everyone out. That would be good. How much else is up right now? Let me peek at my trades. Well, they really won't have moved, as price is pretty much where it was. There you go. Still open.
I just wish you knew.
Gotta log into FEMX. My favorite exchange. Favorite partner. They have supported the stream for so long. Seg logging in. Wait, did I move? No, I didn't move that. Short filled. This blueberry. Whoa, one sec. Same things. Ape still up 151. The long from 16K still up like 650%. Let's see. Yeah, that short's looking better. Damn it, I really don't want it to go down there. I really want it to just keep going up. Morning, VZ. How you doing, brother? Had to come and smash the like. I appreciate it. Blur looks like it's at resistance. Probably is. Honestly, almost any chart we look at right now, altcoin-wise, they're all like smashed up against resistance. Yeah, good eye. I haven't looked at this chart in a long time. Good eye, though. You're right. Right there. 28, 29 cents. It's like right now hitting it. I've been placing these shorts just because when you're at resistance, that's what you do. Now we have all these like wrecked trades. That looks all right though. Something like that. It's interesting because this one is like kind of actionable. If you like that trade, price is right there. Right there. I'll set an alert for blur. Get back on my radar if it actually makes it up there. Oh, those worked out. That's cool. Learned a lot in 3 years. Hell yeah. Trading is a lifelong journey, man. Market makers 140, 34.6 probably. ETH trying to do a thing. ETH's been trying to do a thing for a while. It's trying. It's definitely trying. Still not an excitement zone. Not an excitement zone yet. It's starting to look good. Starting to look good. Kind of the issue though. Six or 8 retracement along with your support before rejection of your major support. Right there, 0.54 against Bitcoin. And it make it. Still like not even convincingly above these daily closes at the moment. Strong daily close though, might be alright. This USD ETH long still looks good. This is, I think this is in the bank. Likely on this trade, you could even tighten the stop up at this point. You're likely going to get a low. Likely going to get a swing low. But will it trade below 1745 first? Probably not. Probably not. Wow, that's spicy. Ethereum didn't have bearish divergence on its highs. Bitcoin did. Maybe Ethereum's a little bit more bullish than Bitcoin right now. Could be. I'm going to put this in the Discord. Please don't crash my computer as I load you up. It's Friday, boys. It's Friday. The SPX is pumping into close on a Friday. It's gonna keep pumping into close, isn't it? Closes an hour and 30. Look at all these gaps. Gap. Looks like it's about to break out again. Well, this has been a day. I do love that all of you guys tuned in for this. It's not so spicy. Maybe we'll get some spice over the weekend. I'm not going to bank on it, but at the moment, you never know what's going to happen. Bitcoin's broken its yearly highs at the most doomish of times in typical Bitcoin fashion. But if it gets spicy, we'll go live again. Make sure you guys have subscribed, liked, joined the Discord, sign up with Femex, no KYC. They are the greatest exchange partner we've ever had. I appreciate them and use them all the time. I think that's about it, everybody. Sorry to be boring. I am glad we did this stream. Glad you tuned in. Tune in again Monday at the latest for more TA, more energy, more footwork, More passion on Monday, I promise. Love you guys. Crown out. Have a great weekend.